Welcome to the Selling Socialyte course. Okay, this is going to be a very quick course breaking down how to sell Socialyte. I'm going to be talking about who we are, what we do, and who we are for. If you are a sales specialist for Socialyte, it's really important that you know exactly who you are selling to and why they should be buying your product. If someone's trying to sell something to you, you already want to feel like they know your issue and they have the exact solution for it. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me in the follow-up call, and you will also be getting a brief quiz after this to test your knowledge on everything that you've learned and to make sure that we're all on the right track. So let's go along and learn a little bit more about Socialyte and how we can increase our earning potential off of this opportunity as well. Let's be real, running a business is hard. You're probably balancing sales, operations, and still trying to find time to create content. That's where Socialyte comes in. We don't just manage your social media, we plan, film, and post for you. That way you can sit back and focus on what matters the most, running your business. Sounds like something you want off your plate? Book a discovery call today to get started. So this is our go-to playbook for pitching, closing, and client growth. In this guide, you're going to have many different tools available for you. We're going to be talking about the actual role and our expectations, the sales process overview, the different type of prospects, aka clients that you will come across, quick pitches and full pitches when you are trying to sell the service, as well as templates. There's also options on where to find and attract leads, as well as the package breakdown. We're also going to be talking about how to close a potential client. If you are doing sales calls, whether you're calling different numbers or you're following up with people, we're going to show you the framework for that as well as our closing page. So that is everything that we're kind of going to be going over. It does seem like a lot of information. We're going to breeze through this together, and in the follow-up call, we're going to make sure that we're all on the same page. So let's get started. The roles and expectations, as well as what does success look like. Your core responsibilities are to find leads, pitch to them, and close. Once you bring that client to us, onboarding looks like building out their strategy, researching their brand, and starting to actually film content and edit for them, post for them, the full 9 yards. So you're going to be prospecting and generating leads, knowing when someone is a good lead and when someone is just not really a great fit for the company. So asking the right questions, identifying their pain points, and then also using the sales guide to figure out, okay, now that I know what your pain point is, this is the package that works best for you. So what does closing look like? That means handling objections, and once a client is ready, actually submitting their info to us so that we can go ahead and onboard and do extra verification to make sure that they are a perfect fit. Part of this role is tracking your pipeline. As mentioned earlier, you will get a lead tracking sheet that you are free to use, but basically tracking your pipeline means having a sheet where you put all of your clients' information, when you need to follow up with them, what their status is, whether they're a warm lead or they're kind of a cold lead, maybe it's not something that they're ready to do right now. All of that information is going to be tracked in that sheet. So that's what your role will kind of look like. Everything can be done either at your computer or on site if you're moving around and networking with people. Your main role is to prospect and pitch. Now, what does success look like? These numbers are for someone who is actively participating in this role. So when you first start, if you don't see these numbers immediately, do not panic, okay? But this is for someone who's actively practicing. A lead is a prospect that could be a potential client. So when you have a lead on someone, this is someone that could potentially actually be onboarded as a client. So you want to be looking at 5 to 10 qualified leads per week. Now that sounds like a small number, but that is actually very impressive. When you are doing sales, to have 5 people that are qualified and potentially could be a customer, typically those 5 qualified leads can actually convert into maybe 2 leads. So imagine if you have 10 conversations started. So how many conversations are you having? And this might not mean in person. This can be within DMs, this can be in emails, this can be in phone calls, as well as how many clients are you closing per month. And you have a very high earning potential, right? It's really based off of the amount of effort that you put in. And so the more effort you put in, the more earning potential there is. Follow up with those people. If you're talking to 10 new people every week, follow up with them. Don't just let the lead kind of die out, because then again, you want them to know that they are at the front of your mind. So success also looks updating your lead tracker daily or weekly. So that means checking in on those sheets that I'll show you in a second and just seeing who do you need to follow up with, what status are clients at, and then also communicating with the team. Now, although this is more of an independent role where you have a lot more flexibility with your schedule, communication is really important. It is good to keep in touch with the team and kind of let them know what's going on if you have any questions or if there's just anything that you want to discuss. It is really important to check in once a week. And we will check in with you as well, but we do value communication and just being on the same page. And of course, we have the commission structure. Whether you're bringing in 1 client or 10 clients that month, you get that first month's bonus for every client. And then after that client has signed on, you are going to get monthly residuals, meaning that while we're doing the work, executing the strategies and doing the content for them, you're still going to be getting a monthly residual, a monthly pay, because you brought that client to us. A successful specialist is someone that is self-made on this. This is something that you already understand as a responsibility and you're going at it on your own. And then someone who values relationships over pressure. Let me tell you, relationships are very important. And of course, we all know that connections can really take you far. So if you're someone who is able to foster really good relationships, it's much easier and you have way more leverage to actually sell because you kind of already know the person and you're growing a strong relationship with. And then someone that understands and believes in the product. This is one of the main reasons I'm doing this video, because I want you to fully understand the value of and understand why it is important for a business to invest in a product like this. So if you truly believe in a product, it's so much easier to sell it. Like, for example, you go to a restaurant you really love, it's really easy for you to go and tell your friend or a family member that, hey, this stuff is good and you should try it as well. So let's move on to the sales process. First things first, you want to identify a potential. You'll also use the prospect archetypes that we're going to look at in a second to identify a potential look-like. Once you've identified that lead, starting the conversation includes asking engaging questions like, hey, what does your current process look like? What are you guys really doing for content right now? Do you have someone that's helping you? Do you do everything yourself? Are you consistent? So starting the conversation means asking questions and letting the lead do the talking. This is so important. Letting people do the talking, because you don't want them to feel like, okay, this person is like really aggressive. They're trying to sell me something that I don't really want. I don't even know if I want this because they're doing so much talking. But when you let someone else do the talking, it kind of allows you to identify what their pain points are and gives you little moments to make suggestions. So once you started the conversation, like I said, you'll be able to actually qualify the lead, right? So they'll say little things that'll help you identify whether or not they are a great candidate. And so what does that look like? During that conversation, they're going to express frustration that they might have. They might say that, hey, I've worked with freelancers before, or, I do this on my own. Or they might even say something like, hey, nice to meet you. I have this business that I'm launching. And then once you've qualified that lead to see if this is someone that could even be a potential client, you'll be able to recommend the right package. Yeah, you want to handle any hesitation they might have. And after that, you close the deal. You've already sealed the deal. They've decided this is something. Step 7, so you submit the client info. Then lastly, we handle the onboarding. We'll send them the contract. We'll collect the payment. We'll also compensate you for your onboarding call and move forward from there. So that is what an entire sales cycle looks like. It's about 8 steps. Sometimes it can take 1 week. Sometimes it can be a prospect that takes a little bit longer, but this is typically everything that goes on within that sales cycle. Now, it's important to remember that you are clear, but not pressuring clients, because as soon as you start pressuring people, like I mentioned earlier, they get kind of nervous, they get hesitant, and they just want to run away. So don't pressure people, make it natural, make things a conversation. And then also use your tools. You have this guide, you have templates, you have our social media platforms that you can refer them to. We have an entire book, an entire folder of work that we've done that you can also show them. And make sure that you're keeping your pipeline fresh. This means new conversations and talking to new people, right? Because you don't want to necessarily just depend on the residuals, because it is only a fraction of the bonus. But if you're getting bonuses every month, every week, you're really maximizing your earning potential. Prospect archetypes are the different type of people you will come across when you are selling. So this is going to tell you if someone is a potential client or if this is someone that just will not work and be archetypes. We have busy business owners, established personal brands, startups with funding or momentum, and then marketing and content leads at So let's talk about the busy business. This can be a service-based business, this can be a product-based business, maybe someone who sells clothes, someone who sells consultant, someone who needs to post on social media in order to bring in. This is a good prospect because typically these people are too busy focusing on their own business to actually sit down and build out a successful social media strategy. And not only can they not build out a strategy, to actually go and film it is also because they are willing to invest in marketing and ads. They understand that marketing is important and they know that this is something they need to invest into if they want to make prospect. If they say things like, I just don't have the time to keep up with content. Bingo, that is a key line that lets you know that we have the service no brand. An established personal brand is someone who you might see like a YouTuber, someone who does course list, so many people that depend on their personal brand to bring in revenue. They're already posting on social media, but the only thing is that they just need to be a little bit more consistent, or they might need a little bit more polish. So if someone says something like, I don't know what I want to say, I just don't know how to make it look good, or I just don't have enough time to create content for my brand, bingo, that is another archetype, okay? And someone like this is going to be really good for our starter and growth packages, which again, we will get into. Another green flag archetypes is our startups with funding or momentum. Emphasis on funding or momentum. So you always want to make sure that they actually already are funded and they already do have the money to go ahead and start investing in a full service marketing company or full service content agency. These people are really good because they're typically launching something new or in the growth phase, meaning they need to get themselves out there, and they see content as a way to scale and grow in their business. Typically, you'll hear these founders say something like, we need consistent content to support our rollout. We need someone who can get us out there and really show what we're doing. That is a green flag. If you hear that, your ears should light up because you might have a lead or a prospect right there. Now, lastly, we have marketing or content leads at certain companies. Let's say you meet the marketing head at Sephora, you meet the marketing head at Academy. These people already have marketing campaigns. They just need someone to actually come and gather content or create organic content for them. Someone who can come and create content on the spot. You might hear them say things like, hey, we already have a marketing team. We need more help with the execution and not really the planning part. So they have the plan down, they just don't have the execution part. So let's talk about the red flag prospects. If you hear things like this, I'm sorry, you gotta just kind of pass them aside because this is not a client that we would actually want and they're just not a good fit. What are the red flags? This is a new business with no offer or no budget. You know, they're still trying to figure things out. They don't have the capital to invest in marketing services. If you hear them say things like, you know, it's a new business, I'm just getting started, I don't really know what I want to post yet. This is a red flag. Best thing to do from there, recommend actually following us on Instagram. Just because a prospect is a red flag does not mean that you have to end the conversation there. In the future, they might be able to actually work with our services, just not right now. Another red flag is a client who wants full and total control. So they're very hands-on, but they don't really like to collaborate. They want to control everything. They undervalue the services, meaning they say things like, oh, I can get this done somewhere else. We don't want these kind of clients because it kind of makes it hard for us to be productive. Another client that we kind of shy away from, we do offer one-off services, but what you really want to target are those full service clients because that is actually where your commission will come from. This is someone that just wants one single video and they're not really looking for long-term content. You can always recommend them to us because we still can go ahead and help them. But in your best interest, you want to look for clients that are looking for full service or big packages. Let's say you are in a situation where you're in an elevator and you only have 10 seconds to talk to someone about the service, or you're in a full networking event where you have a little bit more time to kind of sit and talk to somebody. These are the kind of pitches that you would use to get yourself in and get people interested. You'll say things like, hey, we're Socialyte, and what we actually do is we help busy business owners stay consistent online by handling all of their content. So you don't have to worry about anything. We do filming, editing, and posting, so you can actually focus on your business. That would be an example of a quick pitch. You'll tell them things like, we've actually created content for small businesses that have brought in clients and raised their recurring revenue. And this is something that we can definitely help with. We've helped clients go viral, but not only that, we've actually made them sales. Let me give you a little secret. Business owners do not care about necessarily saving time. They care about making money. So if you tell them that you have something that can make them more money, they're willing to pour as much as they need to into that service. And then we also have the done for you angle, which highlights the fact that, hey, we do everything for you. And you would say something like, yeah, we're actually a full service content team. So we will literally show up, film everything for you, edit it, and post it for you. So there's different quick pitches that you can really play with. Really come back here and get creative with this. Obviously, when you're having a conversation, you're not gonna say it word for word. This is a guide on how you're going to go about it. And lastly, on this page, we have our fuller pitches. This is for when you have more time for longer conversations, right? One of the really good ways to sell is to relate to the customer. This is the I get it pitch. You wanna say things like, hey, I totally get it. Honestly, content is time consuming and most of our clients don't even have time to film. Like, we will come and do it for them. You tell us your goals and we will literally build it out for you and execute. So we'll do all the heavy lifting for you. Then you can also go in with the ROI pitch. This is someone who's really interested in the return on their investment. This is someone who's very numbers and calculated. They want to know, how is this actually going to help them? You want to say things like, look, content isn't just about looking good online. This is actually a direct way to build trust. This is a acquisition for sales and clients. When you say that word acquisition, they're going to know you're serious. Hey, I can actually acquire money from my content. So you say stuff like, it's not just about looking good online. This is a direct way to actually build trust with people and increase your sales. So we help a lot of brands use their social media as a sales tool. These are people who are really focused on those really important, big, fancy words, okay? So when you're talking to someone who's a little bit more serious, you'll go in this direction. You'll be more specific and let them know that, hey, we're going to actually create content that feels real, that is essentially going to convert your audience to actual clients. And then we'll go back into the freedom pitch. And you can say things like, this is again for people who want more of their time back and more freedom. You'll say things like, yeah, our clients are usually already juggling a lot and, they might have things going on in their business, they have things going on in their life. They don't have to worry about renewing that service. We're a subscription-based service, so it's kind of on autopilot. And so while we're doing all of our content planning and filming, all they have to do is just approve and move on with their daily tasks. And then another way to pitch things is the brand growth pitch. So you'll say things like, hey, this is for people who are looking to grow their brand actively. Maybe this is a new company that has funding and they really want to get themselves out there. You'll say things like, look, social media is one of the fastest ways to actually grow your brand. You could post something and blow up overnight on TikTok, but it's only going to happen if it's done well. And so we actually help our clients look polished. We're going to make sure that your content matches your brand's ambition. So again, mix up those words, play with the wording a little bit, but these are just some different examples that you can use when you're speaking to someone, because obviously you want to know how to speak to these prospects. Templates and messaging. I'm not going to get into too many details here because you can actually come back and use these later, but this is just the templates you can use when you're reaching out to people online. You can reach out to people on platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and LinkedIn. These are going to be the most popular ones. If you reach out to someone who has a sports brand, you can say, hey James, I saw your page and I really love what you're doing with soccer. I work with a content team that helps businesses like yours stay consistent online, and we do everything from filming, editing, to strategy and posting. So if you ever need support, I'd love to connect. This is a really good way to reach out to someone on LinkedIn. Maybe even someone that you've already been following for a long time. There's definitely ways to make this look less salesy. You can start off with a line that will actually attract the person that's reading the DM, because they might already be getting a lot of DMs. So that's your opportunity to catch their attention. If you found someone via a job posting, and this is where the LinkedIn one comes in as well, you might see different job postings on Indeed, LinkedIn, Glassdoor, Handshake. There's so many out there. You can reach out to their email and say, hey Jessica, I saw your posting and I saw that you're looking for social media manager or content creator in Houston and actually run with a team that offers full content support. So they actually come and film and build a strategy for you. If you're open to it, I'd love to send you a few options and maybe even talk to you on how we can help. Boom. This is someone that is already looking for a social media manager. So that's actually another really good way to get leads. Look for job postings of people that are looking for content creators. Just because someone does not reply on the first time does not mean that they're not going to be a potential client. Rejection is a reality. This is just something that happens. The rejection should just be redirection. Doesn't mean it's not going to happen. It just didn't happen at that exact moment, but do not give up. Always follow up. Even if it seems like you're being annoying, always follow up. You don't want to sound desperate. You can just say something like, hey, do you still need help with content? I sent a message earlier. I'd love to show you what we can do. Very quick, straight to the point, and just a reminder that, hey, I'm still here. Then we also have email templates. So these are ways that you can reach out to people. Cold emails are a little bit more time consuming, but if it's something that you can do in bulk, I actually at a point was sending out emails in the morning. So I'd have a list of emails that I actually wanted to reach out to, and I'll just send them out. I would put that out there and know that, okay, I've sent out 20 emails this morning. They're all a template, so it's not like you're curating them from scratch every time. Maybe you're doing little tweaks to make them special for each person. But emails still do work. They're just a little bit more time consuming, but it's something that can be working on the back burner for you while you're going out and networking and reaching out to people on social media. Guys, just because these templates are here does not mean these are the exact ones you have to use. If you're someone that has experience in sales already, you can go ahead and do remixes. And after they have shown interest, you want to follow up with them immediately. Do not let that lead get cold. 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 I had to say that 3 more times because that's really important. When you're doing sales, it's easy to kind of get lost with all of the people that you're reaching out to. And so you don't want to have missed an opportunity because you didn't pay attention to it or it kind of slipped through. So you can say something like, hey, Jessica, I'm glad we connected. And based on what you shared, I think that we can actually help you with this. Okay, if you're ready, I can go ahead and submit your info to our team and we can get you set up. Or if you'd like to get on a call or chat a little bit, I can get your information and we'll call you ASAP to help you with any concerns you might have. Now you've gotten that lead, you take that information, put it into your lead tracker, you keep nurturing that lead until it's time for them to close. So now we're gonna talk about where to actually find and attract leads. You can find these people on LinkedIn, Indeed, Workello, Handshake, and you wanna look for companies that are putting postings out for social media managers, content creators, marketing coordinators, and then you want to go to in-person networking events. The kind of networking events you go to are very important. These look like small business expos, right? Because there's going to be a lot of small businesses there. These look like pop-up events because there's going to be businesses there and personal brands. There's going to be other creators there. And then markets and conferences. Conferences is another big one, right? So if you're going to something like DreamCon or TechCon, AfriCon, all these conferences have people that need help with content. Trust me, these are people that need help with video content on demand as well. Make sure that you are getting their social media handles. Make sure that you are collecting their business cards because this is how you're gonna reach out to them in the future and actually keep them as a potential client. I would start off the conversation normally, and then after they talk about what they do, if you feel like there's a space for you to kind of casually mention, hey, this is actually what I do. I actually work with this company that does this. You've gotten that information and now you keep them as a prospect. Another way to get leads is through referrals. Let's say you signed on a client to us, right? You can even reach out to that client and say, hey, how are the services going? Do you like it? Has it been easy for you? Do you know anyone that actually might need this service since you said that you really liked it and it's been working well for you? Do you know anyone who might need this? If so, refer them to me and I will give them a discount on their first month, something like that. If someone helps with a referral, just offer small rewards like a free post or maybe a couple hours of filming free. That's something that you can talk to the team about and we can let you know what options are available. But referrals are also a good way to get clients. They're still effective, but these are some unconventional ways to get clients as well. Comment mining. What does that mean? So have you ever been on a social media post and you see someone comment something like, oh, I have this problem. I hate when this happens to me. That is a lead right there. They're literally telling you that they have this problem and you have the solution for it. You can reach out to them and let them know like, oh my God, this company actually helps with exactly what you're looking for. They do content for you. And if it's something you need, like let me know, I can connect you with them. Then another way is reposting our content. We post things on our page. And if you're on social media, you already have a network or an audience that might find our services useful. So reposting our videos, our reels, this will help spike an interest in what we do. And someone might even reply to your story or one of your posts. Sliding in the DMs is also another way that you can gain leads. You reach out to them, you can use that template that we had earlier and send them a message. Lastly, cold outreach to local pages. Now, this is also something that can be time consuming, but it is another way to automate and just have that sent out. This can look like searching for new businesses in your area. If you go to the HoustonLibrary.com, you have a database of all the businesses in your city, in Houston, Texas, or wherever you are. These are ways that you can attract leads. And on a daily basis, this is what I would do just to make sure that I'm being productive. Commenting on 3 to 5 relevant posts. That's really easy because you're already on social media. I would DM 2 to 3 people at least. Just have that template ready and just reach out to people. If you can even do more, that's amazing because the more you put in, the more you get out. Follow up with 2 people a day. Reposting Socialyte's content. Now, this is not something you have to do every single day, but this should be a recurring act. That way you are at the front of mind for people. And lastly, tracking your CRM. That way you are up to date of what's going on. Let's get into our packages. Okay, this is the details of what we are selling and what people are actually getting for the price they pay. This is important to have in the back of your mind. Our packages are spread out. We have packages ranging from $800 a month to $3,400 a month. When businesses want to pay more than that, they are a full enterprise and they're looking for a more customized package. This is our standard package for $800 a month, but this is only good for someone who is willing to film their own content. Okay, always remember that. Someone who's willing to film their own content, someone who's looking for maybe a virtual social media assistant or an online social media assistant. This is good for solopreneurs. In this package, they get 10 edited videos, so they can post 10 times a month with the content we create for them. They also get graphics for their stories. They also get strategy building and virtual meetings, meaning that we will meet up with them and speak to them monthly to make sure that they're on the same page with us and talk about their ideas for the strategy. Please remember that within this package, they don't get in-person filming, meaning that we don't come to them and film. We also don't post for them online. All these other packages, we will actually schedule their posts for them. That way they don't have to worry about posting and making sure they post on time. But this package comes with 10 edited videos, graphics, and strategy building. The top questions to ask are things like, hey, do you already have footage and just need help with the editing? Like, are you comfortable with filming yourself? Are you looking for someone to help you with monthly content ideas? Like, is this something that you want ongoing or is this something that you just want one time? These are good questions that will help you identify if standard package is a good fit for them. Now let's move on to the starter package. Now this is $1,600 a month, and this typically helps someone who is more of a business owner. Maybe they're starting their business and they want to finally get help, or someone who is a personal brand that is a little bit bigger and they can actually invest a little bit more in a monthly marketing spend. So this is good for personal brands or small businesses that are starting to actually delegate their content to someone else. And this is really good for clients who want to stay consistent with some in-person help, okay? And with this package, they're getting a great deal as well. So they're getting 20 videos edited, 15 of them will be full edits, and 5 of them will be B-roll. This is an example of a B-roll video. As you can see, very simple. It just has simple text over it and maybe some music, and then a fully edited video. This video can have effects, it can have different text, it can have transitions, but to be honest with you, it's more important to let them know their total amount of videos. You don't want to give them all these details right up front because that's just extra information that they don't really need at the moment. So they get 20 fully edited videos. They also get in-person filming, meaning that once we build out their strategy, we're going to come to them in person and film the content for them. They're also going to get graphics. Okay, so this is graphic designs. I'll show you some examples of what that looks like here. And then ClickUp chat access. As you may know, ClickUp is the platform that we use to communicate with our entire internal team. And this is also the platform we use to communicate with clients. So they will have their own group chat. And if they have any questions, or if we have any questions for them, we'll be able to communicate with them. And then lastly, strategy and social media building. Now, this is really important. And this is something that they are going to be interested in because they want to know, is this something that we're going to have to come up with the ideas, or do you come up with the ideas for us? Ask questions like, hey, are you currently filming your own content? Is that something that you need help with? Like, how is that going for you? How often are you posting, and where do you want to show up more? This is going to help you identify whether they need to post many videos, like 20 videos a month, or if they need to just post 10 videos a month. Now we have the Essentials package, which is $2,000 a month. And this is good for brands that need regular content but not full scale. So they get up to 30 videos here. 20 of them are full edits and 10 of them are B-roll. We talked about a little bit more about what that actually means. They will still get that in-person filming. They will still get graphics, and they will still get full ClickUp chat access as well as strategy. Still similar to the starter package. The main difference is that they're just getting more videos. When you're selling these packages, just know that the major difference between all of them is the amount of platforms that they're able to post on, as well as the amount of videos. So the more they pay, the more videos that they can post. Now let's move on to the growth package. This is really good for growing businesses, coaches, or agencies that need more content done for them. This is perfect for brands who have consistent offerings, meaning that they're able to pay monthly, right? Because once we get past the $2,000 a month mark, it's a little bit more expensive for businesses to make that payment every month. You always want to make sure that this is a company that is capable of actually making this payment every month, or this is a person that's capable of making this payment every month. And lastly, we have our $3,400 a month package. This is better for full service established businesses, okay? Businesses that have either been in the game for a long time or they have a lot of funding. If you run into a business that they say, hey, we actually want to be really aggressive with our marketing, we want to be on different platforms, we want to post daily, like we need someone who's going to be really aggressive, this is the package that you're going to offer to them. This is the full scale package, right? The business growth package. They get 60 videos, 40 of them are edited, and 20 of them are B-roll videos. They also still get in-person filming, and we are available to film with them for way more appointments than the other packages. And they're still going to get those graphics and ClickUp chat access, as well as a virtual calls. So they get way more virtual meetings. They're able to be really, really hands-on with us and in communication with us. And then we build out a very, very strong strategy for them. So a good question to ask are things like, hey, do you want a team that's going to fully handle all of your content for you month to month? Is that something that you're looking for? Like, are you looking for full service? If they say yes, that, hey, we're trying to be really aggressive, this is the package that you want to recommend to them. But before you start shooting out numbers and saying crazy numbers, you want to kind of vet them first and see where they are with their business. Now, one thing I wanted to mention is that there's so many different packages here because we want to offer a wide range, but in reality, there are 3 popular price points, okay? So it's either someone is willing to pay $800 a month, $2,000 a month, or about $3,500 a month. You're gonna have situations where you're talking to people and they say things like, $2,500 is just way too much. Like, I can't, that's just way too expensive. You say things like, hey, okay, what if we knock it down to $2,000 a month and we take off that $500? Does that sound like a little bit of a better price? So that's actually the reason that we have such a variety in packages, so that there's a price point available for everybody. Not because we want to have so many packages available, but we do have different price points. So now let's move on to how to close that client. An important thing to know is it's not about being pushy. It's really about guiding someone that is already needing the service. The number one thing you don't want to do is look for prospects that are not actually interested in what you're selling. You're gonna end up exhausting yourself and wasting your precious time. Step one, qualify. Make sure this is someone that is already a good fit. After you've kind of spoken to them and gotten details, sometimes this can happen in one day, sometimes this can happen in a month, and sometimes it can even happen in a week. Present the right package. Keep things personal, clear, and straight to the point. Make sure that you are being a real human, right? You're talking to another human. They want to feel like they're getting solutions, not necessarily sales. Explain why this is going to be valuable for them. And you tell them, hey, this is $2,500, but it's nothing in comparison to what you're actually going to get back. That is going to be a green light for them. And also handle any hesitation that they might give you. Like, hey, do you feel unclear about anything? Is there anything you want me to clarify for you? Ask them, what do you think is holding you back from the sale? I mean, do you need to talk to your partner about it, your business partner about it, your spouse about it? Be sure to handle that hesitation in the beginning. That way you don't have to deal with it later. Once you've gotten all those things out of the way and there's still a qualified lead, you're most likely ready to close them. And you'll say things like, hey, if this feels like a fit, I can send over the documents and get you onboarded and we can get started. Let me know if this is something that sounds like you want to invest in. Always use the words invest. Don't use the words buy or pay. When you use words like invest, it does let them know that, hey, this is something that you are putting into, but you're also getting out of. Like I said earlier, just because they don't close immediately doesn't mean that they're not a potential sale. Still go ahead and follow up with them. One thing I do want to get into really quickly are the common objections, okay? These are things people might say when they are hesitant. I highly recommend to come back in here and look at these examples because these are very common. A common thing that someone might say is, hey, I don't have the budget right now. What they really mean and what they're really trying to say is that I'm not really convinced that this is valuable. I didn't plan for this investment. Let me tell you, when you see something that you really like, you will find that money to make that investment, or you will find that commodity to make it happen. Let's say that you need a computer. You know that you need that computer. It might not have been something that you planned on investing in, but because you know you need it, you are going to do whatever you need to do to make sure you have that computer. And this is how you want to respond in that case. I totally understand. A lot of our clients felt that same way at first, but once they saw how consistent we were, it became a non-negotiable. They saw how well we were doing for other clients, and that's where you'll insert results. We have those links available, and they signed on immediately. You either say things like that, or you say, hey, I totally understand that you feel that way. Would you like to start off with a lighter package? We have these options available. Someone might also say, hey, I can do my content by myself. I don't really need to hire a whole team. I can do that on my own. What they're really trying to say is, I'm not sure if this is going to be better than what I'm already doing, so I don't see the point in investing in something like this. Now, typically that might actually be a red flag client, but in the case that it's not, you'll say things like, hey, that's really good that you're already been putting yourself out there. A lot of our clients actually came to us trying to do it themselves, but then they realized it was time consuming and they ended up being inconsistent. So we can help you show up professionally and strategically without burning yourself out. Because the truth is, a lot of these people will do it themselves, but they end up getting tired because content is time consuming. And if you already don't have the time for it, it's not something you'll be able to do all by yourself. Another thing a client might say is, let me think about it and I'll get back to you. What they're really trying to say is, hey, I'm interested, but I'm not fully convinced. I'm not really sold. I need you to nudge me a little bit. So you'll say things like, of course, and hey, I want you to feel fully confident because this is an investment and it's your decision. Just so I know how to follow up next time, is there anything that you feel unclear about? Or is there anything that you want to see before deciding, like maybe results, testimonials? This is a good way to just make them feel more secure because they're already interested. They just need a little bit more proof that this is the right decision that they're making. So clarify any questions that they might have. Now we are going to quickly talk about the client FAQs. These are questions that will frequently be asked and you will easily be able to answer these once we go through this. Clients might ask questions like, hey, if I work with you guys, how long does it take for me to start seeing the first content after filming? Let them know that, hey, after videos have been filmed, you'll start seeing things back as soon as 3 business days, okay? If a client asks things like, hey, can I actually see, I'm not sure yet, can I see samples of your work? And you'll say things like, absolutely, we actually have a full portfolio of the videos we've done for our clients, and I can send that link over to you if you want. Simple. You know, I've worked with people before and they don't let me keep the raw footage. Do I get to keep the raw footage? You'll say, yes. Raw footage is always available whenever you'd like it. We actually do this for our clients so that they can have that content available to use for whatever they would like. So you will have your own folder, your own organized folder for all of your raw content. What if I don't really like the video that has been edited? Like, do I have a say in it? That's not a problem. They have revisions. They get 1 to 2 revisions on each video. And so they're able to request any changes that they might like. They might also ask something like, hey, so is this a one-time thing or do I have to pay monthly? You'll let them know that, hey, all of our packages are actually monthly because consistency is actually what is going to bring you those results. If you do want a one-off service, we do have those available, but for our full packages, those are monthly. You'll have this client FAQ guide available for you. In case someone asks something you might not know how to answer, you can come here or you can immediately reach out to the team and we will be happy to help. So now let's talk about the benefits of social media services in general. So why does social media actually matter for a business today, right? It's something that everyone is using. So why are they doing it? Visibility. Visibility means credibility. When people can actually see what your business is doing, it helps them trust you. A lot of people nowadays, they don't go on your website directly. They're going to search you up on social media. So when you're talking to prospects and they ask you like, why do I even need this? Give them that example. Let them know that, hey, people are not looking at websites anymore. They're not looking at articles. They're going straight to platforms like LinkedIn, TikTok, Instagram, and it's really important to put yourself out there so there's something for them to look at. Social media matters because it actually works while you sleep, right? Let's say you posted a video and it does really well. It's not like you're actively going and telling each person, hey, this is my business and what I do. Hey, this is my service and this is what I sell. That video, as soon as you post it, it is working for you immediately, even while you are sleeping. And it builds trust faster than ads. That's why we actually focus on organic content and not things that look too salesy or too cinematic. And instead of saying, hey, I'm the best, you can actually just show them. Instead of saying it, you can give them examples of why you are the best. So that's really why social media is important for businesses, and that's why they're using it today. So this is where our content agency is different. We have done for you execution, right? So we're not just a virtual assistant that will build the strategy online and kind of give you a template to work with. We will do it for you from the beginning to end. And then we also get them real results. So it's not just about views. Socialyte is a company that works with businesses and personal brands. So we're actually thinking about what business owners want, which is more revenue into their business. So we focus on client acquisition and also sales, not just trends and going viral. And lastly, we are human first. We're actually going to be making sure that you are connecting with your audience. Really quick, I just wanted to talk about the psychology of selling creative services. I'm gonna brush through this. One of the reasons people actually hesitate to invest in creative services like marketing services and content services is because they feel that they're going to waste money. It's good to always reframe their mindset, because that is going to be a common thing, right? People know that they need something, but they're scared they might not get the return on their investment. So you let them know like, hey, I get it. Most of our clients were nervous about investing at first, but now they're saving time and showing up more and they're attracting better leads. And you're gonna remind them about that 90-day window. But it's not going to be wasted money because you're going to put yourself out there and actually have visibility and credibility. Sometimes people fear that they are going to lose control. So they really feel like, I don't want to hire a marketing agency that's going to completely just take over everything and I won't have any say. You let them know that, hey, we're big on collaboration, but also not making it feel like it's a big task for you. We create content that actually feels like you, so it's not like you are completely letting us take the wheel. So what you're really selling is peace of mind. The ability for the business owner to relax and know that things are still going to be done effectively. Now, let's quickly talk about why we are different from our competitors and why businesses should go with us instead of the other competitors out there. Most freelancers are not going to build out your entire strategy and then come and film it for you. Other agencies really have separate teams doing a lot of things, but we're fully integrated, meaning that we're doing everything for you and we're all one connected team. A lot of times, you're working with freelancers that take forever for you to even get the first video back. We offer 3 business day delivery, and we are typically much faster than that actually. Sometimes when you're working with other agencies, the content is generic. They're using the same boring template. It really doesn't connect. But here at Socialyte, we really take our time to build things intentionally. We build things so that you are seen and your content actually converts. If you're in an ongoing casual conversation, obviously you cannot come back in and open the sales guide and start looking at it while you're talking to them. But it is helpful to just go over this information beforehand and even watch this video a couple times. That way you're ready for whatever challenges are thrown at you. Case studies and testimonials. This is going to be your proof, okay? The proof is in the pudding here. And like I mentioned earlier, you will have this link available for you whenever you do need to use it. It's important to use case studies when you're talking to a lead and they seem interested, but they're a little bit hesitant, or if someone is just asking for the kind of results we get. And even when you're following up with someone and you kind of want to beef up your follow-up a little bit more. So, hey, following up with you, also wanted to share some of the results that we've gotten for our clients. That's when you are going to use testimonials and case studies. We're going to talk about the lead tracker. There's a couple things that you will see in this lead tracker, different columns for you to use. So you'll see things like the client's name, their contact information, where you got the information from, their status, what package they might be interested in, keynotes, maybe a note that you want to leave for the next time you follow up with them, and then the date that you last contacted them. This is really good to know if it's time to follow up with them or if you want to let the lead chill a little bit. And then information on whether you submitted it to us or not. Now, this lead tracker sheet that you will be getting, we do also update this, but you will definitely see all of these columns on there. I want to make sure that you're using it weekly, updating it, following up with warm leads, and then keep it clean so that it's organized for when you are actively using it. And that's it. It's time for you to take the next steps and look for your prospects. Remember that you're not just selling, you're actually helping people with solutions. You're also part of the team. I know that I said earlier that this is a little bit more of an independent role with a little bit more flexibility, but you are still a part of the team. So please reach out to us and please stay in touch so that, whenever we have updates and things like that, we will keep in touch with you as well. Start using your lead tracker, practice your pitches, and start your daily lead activities, which is following up with people, sending out DMs, going to networking events, collecting contacts, and then scheduling your first check-in. If you have any questions at all, send me a message or send a message to the team. And also, we're gonna have a follow-up call after this to make sure that we're all on the same page. So we'll be able to talk about everything that you just learned here on the call. Welcome to the team, and I am so excited to have you as our Socialyte sales specialist.